I'm sure you all use ChatGPT. This is the paid version 4.0, a bit better. I can also, with the paid version, I can load photos, videos, Excel documents. The output is much better. I can fine tune it. I can create GPTs, which maybe I'll focus on that. So in ChatGPT, in a lot of different AI, LLM apps, you can build GPTs, and I highly recommend them for your work because you can fine tune GPTs specific to your work and your ethos. You can also find other GPTs. One GPT I really like is from Amir Husni Nouri. He's an architect and he created this GPT. So let's say I wanted to create something in MidJourney. It's specific to MidJourney. It does all of the prompt design for me. So let's say I want a building of community center, postmodern with a cantilever. I'm going to spell that wrong. So there you go. I would say it doesn't really matter. Even if I spelt it wrong, I would probably be fine because ChatGPT goes through filter that like corrects your prompt for you. It like improves the prompt anyways. So grammar and spelling isn't as important as you might think. It created not a great prompt actually. I feel like it could have done. Let's try that again. Because usually I didn't do it. So usually this prompt GPT will add weights to certain aspects of the design. So like it clusters these ideas, right? But then usually it would put a weight like cantilever 1.5. This might be why, because more people are moving to MidJourney browser. So in MidJourney, you can use the browser here, which is not that much prompt engineering happening. You just kind of type the idea. If I use MidJourney in Discord, it would be good to have weighted text. In Discord, MidJourney, you can do a lot more like prompt engineering, a lot of like really creative stuff, very technical. But here we go. There's an example. So we can see editorial image of FabLab Robot 3.5. So it added a little bit more weight to it being FabLab Robot. But so the neutral weight for MidJourney would be a 1. This is like when you type, everything's a 1. But if you wanted something to be less prevalent or important, like something more in the background, you would do like 0.5, so something less than 1. If I wanted something to be more dominant, I would give it a higher number, like 2 or even 3. So let's say I need a focal point. Let's say there's a person in the room that I'm designing. Maybe I want more focus on the person so that they're front and center. So I would put like 2, or maybe I want them in the background. So it's like 0.5. So you can do cool things like that with MidJourney on Discord, but not on the web page. The web page is a little bit more basic, I would say. So if I were to use that prompt from ChatGPT, I'm going to grab that. I'm going to use it in Discord. If I'm going to use it in Discord, like I said, it's a little bit more technical. So if I'm going to prompt in Discord, MidJourney, I would do /imagine. And then I would submit my prompt that I got from my GPT that's nice and organized, and it will start generating. I'm going to do it now in the MidJourney webpage. Up here. There isn't any text weight. I should have used text weight in the other one. Okay, that's fine. We'll get to it. So that's generating. Let's go back to Discord. So if you're on the Discord page, you can also see what I'm generating under the Create Here tab. But here we go. An editorial image of a community center, cantilever, garden, postmodern architecture, wide angle shot, clean lines, geometric shape and glass facade. The AR16:9, of course, is aspect ratio 16:9. And so we see a little bit of a cantilever. Actually, this one's pretty nice. This cantilever doesn't make sense, but I'm liking number 4. So I look here, and if I'm happy with that and I just want to go with it, I would just click U4 and it would create an upscaled version of number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But if it's not quite it, you can click on these versions. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want 4. I want something like it. I have my MidJourney Discord in advanced mode so that it can edit it. So if I was going to add weights to it, I could go in here and edit. Let's say I want the cantilever to be, I can do that, see what happens. And let me see if I have a good example. It's very strange. So, while that's loading, you can check out some of the examples. So like we were talking about aspect ratio, 1:1 here, so it's a square. All right, we're gonna get out of here. All right, so now we have 4 variations with some kind of, not really a cantilever, but hey, cantilever-esque aesthetics, I guess. But anyway, so I'm just gonna go with number 2. I think 2 looks good, so I upscale it. And see, it's diffusing, like I was saying, the diffusion model. Because I was just upscaling it, I wasn't doing much diffusing, so it happened very quickly. Maybe you didn't even catch it, but I'm going to show you how it diffuses. If you're using the browser, you wouldn't be able to see it diffuse at all. But hopefully on Discord, it will let us see it diffuse. There you go. So you see it diffusing. It's doing these cycles of trying to find patterns in the noise based off your prompt. So there you go. It's pretty quick. So pretty nice. Okay. There is a bunch of things you could do. So with the upscaled image, I can zoom out, for example. I can make it a square. Let's say I'm posting on Instagram. I can even upscale it more so it looks more realistic, or I can vary a specific area. So let's say I want a chimney here. Let's see if this works. Chimney. And so I highlighted one area, prompted it, and now it's going to give me 4 options with hopefully a chimney. But MidJourney isn't always really great with varying a region, and so that's why I recommended an Adobe product where you could use AI to do those sort of spot treatments. So Firefly is a free option. I know Photoshop and Adobe products are can be. So which MidJourney plan do I have? It's the cheapest one. I think it's $10 a month. It's the most basic. Can we discuss MidJourney can we use Discord MidJourney for free? It used to be. Nowadays it says there are too many people. It sounds like you tried to get on MidJourney for the first time on Discord and it said that it was too full. I'm not super familiar with that. I was one of the early users. Now I have used it. Okay, no, you haven't used it in the past, but it's not. Okay, so right now I don't think they're giving free credit. They gave free credit if you were a new user. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. So yeah. As far as image generators, there are a ton that are free. I'm going to show you in the tool database. We were looking at the tool database. You can filter the category by images. And now you will get a bunch of different options where you can generate images, many for free. I mean, there are a ton. Gemini, yeah. There are a ton, many that are specific for architecture as well. Yeah, and I'll show a couple where you can create for free as well. But let me just go through. We looked at the MidJourney on the website, the web-based. Yeah, so pretty nice as well. And I'm doing it from when doing it on the web. That's why it created very different from the Discord. Yeah, because I forgot I had my settings on very weird. I was experimenting with the hallucinations with AI, and I put its ability to hallucinate as high as possible because I wanted to see what would happen. And very interesting that this is what we get. That's the difference. On the Discord, I don't have weird on high. So actually, so there are differences. So on the web, weird is high. Weird to create hallucinations, I guess, or to be more creative is called weird. But on Discord, you might experiment more with the prompt chaos that you can go from like, I think 1 to 100. We'll leave it as that. And same thing as the Discord, I can create variations, but I can create them to be subtle or strong. So if I want a strong variation of this, I'll just show you. They'll create 4 more that vary from this strongly. So they're not very similar, but if I vary here subtle, it'll give me variations, but they'll be pretty close. Then I can upscale. If I upscale subtle, it'll be very similar. If I upscale creative, there might be a few new features. Then I can pan around. So if I want to go left or right, I can rerun it if it's not right. The web browser is really easy to use, where I can just drag the image. Instead, in MidJourney, it's a little bit different. You can upload or you can use URLs in Discord, which is nice. Or if I want to use the prompt and I don't want it to be weird, let's just take this off. Let's see. And if I want to reframe it, you can do that. So it will expand the image. Or if I wanted to zoom out as well, can do that. But what I'm going to do is 2 to 1. Then I can make it a panorama that I can use to then generate a 360 sphere. Okay, let's see. Someone's asking how you get that personal under AI Fab Lab. I created my own server. So in Discord, you can create your own server. I would highly recommend it. I'll show you. Go to Discord. Okay, so I create my own servers. So this is its own server. If I were to just create in MidJourney, I'm just going to go to any of these channels. If I were to create directly in MidJourney server, I would see everyone else's creations as well. But, which can be fun, but it's kind of chaotic and I have to like find my generation, which is annoying. But if I just want to see mine, then I can just create my own server. Like I did here. You would scroll down here and you can add a server. And it's pretty easy. So you add a server, create your own, like I did with FabLab, or this one's my personal. But here's the Fab Labs. And then I created a channel where I added MidJourney. And this way I only see my work, or if it's a collaborative deal, I can see other people's work, which can be nice if you have like a design firm. You guys could all have your creations in one place and see what everyone in your team is making. Or honestly, you could create a channel for a specific project as well, which would be cool. So you would just have all of the creations for that project in one channel. These are channels. But with these lower cost memberships of MidJourney, people will still see them. They're still publicly accessible. So if that is important for you, I would recommend getting the higher cost membership. If you're a design firm or the design firm you work for, I don't think it would be that expensive for the value you get, but then everything would be private. They wouldn't even, unless you give them permission, they wouldn't use your data or your generations to train their model. If you're really serious, I would get into Stable Diffusion. I'm not getting into Stable Diffusion here because we can see even the most basic like tools, it can take a long time. And I want to show you a bunch of different tools so you can start to imagine different ways of creating work. So there are a bunch of things you can do here. If you have work, you can add files that it can reference. It becomes part of that noise that the diffusion model tries to find patterns in. It can be really interesting. Like, let's say there is an architect you like or work that you like, and you're not really sure what it is that you like about it. I could upload some work. So let's go to our browser. Let's say I really like Zaha Hadid, her opera house. Go back into Discord /describe. I can put in my image. I just copied and pasted one from the internet. And now it can describe what's going on, which is really helpful for prompt design because I can see what language it uses. So now it describes the image, the Museum of the Future, exterior view, glass, steel, architecture. It didn't pull, oh, there's Zaha Hadid. But it does pull up links, so then I can click on the link and then learn more about that architect or that style, which is cool for research. And then it tells me, okay, triangular roof structure, elegant atmosphere. These are all words that now I can use when prompting to get something with a similar aesthetic or like has those aspects that you really like. I highly recommend this for research. If I wanted to, I could also use this as a reference image to what I want to create. So let's say I want to imagine a chair suspended from a tree. I don't know. Elegant and metal tensegrity. So that will be generating and we can see that. So another thing from these descriptions, I can generate directly from them. So let's say I do really like this description. I'm interested that it actually brought up another designer instead of Zaha Hadid. So it could kind of blend this designer's aesthetic with Zaha Hadid's. Let's check it out. So I can just go down here and click one, submit. Or I could take out things that I didn't like, or I could add to it. But now I submitted it and it will generate an image with this prompt. And as that's generating, we can look at our Zaha Hadid aesthetically inspired. That is kind of what I was thinking, which is wild. Yeah. I'm just going to pull it up. Here we go. Great. Very cool. Beautiful lighting. Nice structure. Yeah, I think you could make this happen. It's cool. And then now the prompt from the description generated from that architect. These are very cool, actually. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, so there you go. Great for brainstorming. These were the examples of the MidJourney on the browser. This one was the subtle variations, and these are the more variant. They're pretty cool. It's still the very high weird. Another thing that is really interesting is being able to combine images and blend them. So let's say I like this one. I can also do this in Discord with my own images. So I don't need to use MidJourney images, but I am just for convenience. So I'm going to combine these two. And then I'm going to say something like a residential home in the forest. Just use the prompt and the images again. Forgot the weird too. So I'm just going to do forest and put it through. They're diffusing. These are still high weird values. Okay, so there you go.